Have you ever wondered why some seniors can have remarkably strong legs, but still have that nagging, terrible sense of imbalance? Maybe this sounds like you. You can get out of your chair without much trouble, you can walk a good distance, but the moment you have to turn quickly, look over your shoulder, or walk on an uneven surface like grass, that sudden, heart-stopping lurch of unsteadiness appears. It's a feeling that can steal your confidence, making you second-guess activities you used to love, and perhaps even making you hesitant to leave your home. You might think that the solution is just more leg exercises, more squats, more leg lifts. But if you've been doing those things and still feel unsteady, I want you to hear this. You are not doing anything wrong. The common belief that balance is all about muscle strength is only half the story, and it's the missing half that holds the key to real, lasting improvement. The secret lies in a place most exercise programs ignore: the quality of the communication signal between your brain and your feet. Think of it like a radio. Your legs are the powerful speakers, but if the signal from the broadcast tower, your brain, is full of static, the music won't be clear. The key to fast, reliable balance is to fine-tune that signal. And in this video, I'm going to reveal why two strange, almost counterintuitive movements can clear up that static and retrain that brain-to-body connection faster than dozens of traditional exercises. These aren't your typical gym movements. In fact, they might even feel a little silly at first. But they are some of the most powerful hacks that physical therapists use to wake up the body's natural balance system in record time. We'll explore the simple science behind why they are so effective, and I'll show you exactly how to perform them safely at home to start feeling the difference. First off, I want to welcome you and genuinely commend you for being here. By clicking on this video, you've already taken the most important step. You've decided that you're not going to let unsteadiness dictate how you live your life. You are actively seeking a solution, and that takes courage and commitment. So, thank you for trusting me to be your guide on this journey. For years, many of us have been given well-meaning but incomplete advice. We've been told to simply be more careful, hold on to the rails, or focus only on strengthening our major leg muscles. While that advice isn't necessarily wrong, it misses the master controller of our balance, the brain. True, lasting stability comes from improving the conversation between your brain and your body. And here is the beautiful truth. Your brain has an incredible ability to change, adapt, and learn at any age. It's called neuroplasticity. When you introduce your brain to a new challenge, especially a movement pattern it doesn't recognize, it's forced to wake up from autopilot. It has to create new, stronger, and faster pathways to figure it out. Think of it like driving the same route to the grocery store for 20 years. You do it automatically. But the day you take a different road, you suddenly become more alert. You notice new buildings, new trees. You are more engaged. That is exactly what we are going to do for your balance system. The two exercises I'm about to show you are less about building massive muscle and more about being that new road for your brain. They are a direct wake-up call to your body's internal GPS, forcing it to pay attention in a new way. So please, don't worry if you feel a little wobbly or unsure at first. That feeling is a sign of success. It's a sign that your brain is engaged and working to draw a new, more accurate map for your movement. The goal here is progress, not perfection. So, if you're ready to send that wake-up call to your balance system, let's begin with our first strange but incredibly effective movement. Our first strange movement might sound incredibly simple, and maybe even a little odd. We are going to perform a simple march on the spot, but with our eyes closed. Now, I know exactly what some of you might be thinking. March with my eyes closed? That sounds risky. And you are absolutely right to be cautious. Your safety is the most important thing, which is why we are going to approach this with a very clear safety plan first. Before you even think about closing your eyes, please position yourself in a safe, enclosed space. Stand next to a kitchen counter, a sturdy table, or even in a narrow hallway where you can easily reach out and touch both walls. The goal is to have immediate support available if you feel the slightest bit unsteady. So, why are we doing something that feels so strange? Here is the simple science behind it. Your brain maintains balance using three key systems. The first, and most dominant, is your vision. Up to 70% of your balance information comes from what you see. Your eyes tell your brain where you are in the room and where the floor is. The second system is your vestibular system, located in your inner ear. It acts like a tiny gyroscope, sensing head movements and gravity. The third system is called proprioception. These are millions of tiny sensors in your muscles, your joints, and especially in the soles of your feet, constantly sending pressure and position signals to your brain. Here's the hack. When we deliberately close our eyes, we temporarily turn off that dominant visual system. This forces the other two systems, your inner ear and your body's sensors, to wake up from their slumber and work much, much harder to keep you upright. It's a fire drill for your balance system. By doing this in a safe environment, you are sharpening their communication with your brain, making you dramatically more stable and less reliant on your vision for everything. All right, let's try it. Standing in your safe space, feet about hip-width apart, first practice with your eyes open. Just begin to march gently on the spot. Lift your knees to a comfortable height. Feel the rhythm and the shift of weight from one foot to the other. Do this for about 20 seconds. Now stop. Take a deep, calming breath. When you're ready, gently close your eyes. For the first few seconds, just stand still. Feel how your feet and ankles make tiny adjustments. Now, very slowly, lift your right knee just an inch or two. Place it down. Then, lift your left knee. Your first goal is to simply take 4 to 6 steps without opening your eyes. That's it. The goal is not speed or knee height. It's control. It is 100% normal to feel very wobbly or like you're drifting to one side. This is not failure. This is your brain recalibrating in real time. Use the counter for support whenever you need to. As you get more comfortable over several days, you can try to build up to 15 or 20 seconds of continuous marching. This simple, strange exercise is powerful because it trains your body to be stable when vision is limited. Like getting up at night in a dark room or walking on a poorly lit path, you are building a more robust and reliable balance system from the inside out. Fantastic work with that first sensory challenge. You have officially started the process of rewiring your body's internal balance system. Now that we've woken that system up, it's time to give our brain its next strange assignment. This movement is called tandem walking backwards, and it is one of the most powerful exercises you can do for building practical, real-world stability, because it combines two potent balance concepts into one super exercise. So, what makes it so special? First, by walking in a tandem or heel-to-toe pattern, we are forcing our body to operate on a very narrow base of support. This makes your hip and core muscles work overtime to prevent you from swaying side to side. Second, the act of walking backward is a huge workout for your brain, especially a part of it called the cerebellum, which is responsible for coordination and smooth, controlled movements. It forces you to rely on the feedback from the sensors in your feet and joints, not your eyes, which sharpens your proprioception even more. When you put these two concepts together, you get an exercise that simultaneously improves side-to-side stability, backward mobility, and brain-body coordination. But before we begin, let's talk about safety. Because this is a more complex movement, our safety setup is critical. Please perform this exercise alongside a long, clear kitchen counter or a solid wall that you can lightly touch at all times. Make sure the path behind you is completely clear of any rugs, shoes, pets, or obstacles. We need a clear runway. Ready? Let's begin. Stand at one end of your counter, with your side to it. Place your nearest hand lightly on the counter for support. Stand up tall, pull your shoulders back, and look straight ahead down the length of the counter. Now, very slowly, begin to take a small step backward with your inside foot, placing it directly behind the heel of your standing foot. Try to make contact, heel to toe, as if you're walking backward on a painted line. Then, bring your other foot back to place it directly behind the first. Your steps will be small and slow, and that is perfect. The goal is not to get to the end of the counter quickly, but to perform each step with deliberate control. Walk the length of your counter, maybe 5 to 8 steps. Once you reach the end, pause, turn around safely, and walk normally, facing forward, back to your starting position. That is one set. Aim to complete 2 or 3 sets. Now, for those of you who practice this for several days or weeks and begin to feel more confident, there is a level 2 progression you can add. As you are performing the tandem backward walk, slowly turn your head to look to the side, away from the counter, then bring your gaze back to the front as you complete the step. This simple head turn adds a significant challenge to your vestibular system and is an incredibly powerful way to build rock-solid balance. Practicing this movement gives you the ability to step backward away from something, like opening a cabinet or refrigerator door, without even thinking about it and without losing your stability. You are building a body that is ready for the unpredictable nature of daily life. Incredible work today. You've just successfully completed 2 of the most powerful brain-training exercises you can do for your balance. Before we finish, I want to take a moment to answer a few common questions that might be on your mind right now, because understanding the process is key to your success. First question, how often should I practice these exercises? The key here is consistency, not intensity. Aim for 3 to 5 days a week. Just a few minutes each day focusing on one or both of these movements is far more effective than one long session on a Sunday. You are sending a consistent, gentle wake-up signal to your brain, and that is what creates real, lasting change. Second, and this is the most important question, I feel really wobbly and can barely do it for a few seconds. Am I doing it wrong? Let me be very clear, no, you are not doing it wrong. In fact, that wobbly, unsteady feeling is the exercise working perfectly. It's the sign that your brain is confused and paying attention. In that moment of confusion, it is learning and building those new, stronger pathways. So please, embrace the wobble. If you can only do it for 3 seconds, that is your starting line. Celebrate it, because that is where your journey to better balance begins. And finally, when will I see or feel results? You might start to feel a subtle difference in your general confidence in as little as 1 to 2 weeks of consistent practice. You might notice you're not thinking about your feet as much when you walk. Significant, measurable improvements in your ability to perform the exercises themselves can take several weeks. Be patient and kind with your body. You are undoing years of old movement habits, and that takes a little time. Now, to solidify your commitment, I invite you to join our community in the comments below. Tell us, which of the 2 strange moves did you find more challenging? The eyes closed march or the backward tandem walk? There's no right or wrong answer, and sharing your experience helps everyone feel less alone. If you found this video insightful and believe it could truly help someone you know, please consider sharing it. It could make a world of difference to a friend or a loved one. And finally, if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and click that notification bell. I am always creating new content based on your feedback, including follow-along routines and answers to your biggest questions about staying strong, steady, and independent. Remember, your balance is not set in stone. It is a skill, and like any skill, it can be improved with the right kind of practice. You absolutely have the power to retrain your brain and reclaim your confidence, one strange step at a time. Stay strong, stay steady, and I will see you in the next video.